I've heard that life is what you make it. I say make room to grow. I'm your host, LaWanda Dockery, and this is the Make Room to Grow podcast. It all started with a dream about growing food, and who would ever imagine that growing food would lead to me learning about personal growth and development? Well, it did, and I want to bring you along for this beautiful ride. Thank you so much for joining me. Hello, Grow Nation. I hope you guys are well and looking forward to a beautiful weekend. I am, of course, excited because I dropped my first seeds of 2022 today, y'all. I'm late. I'm better late than never, but I'm late. I'll admit it. I'm at least about 11 days later than I started last year, but it's all good. It's all good. I got me some kale, 2 different types of cucumbers. I've got 2 different types of squash. I have some, it's escaping me right now. Sweet peas, and the rest will come back to me later, but just know that I'm in a work in progress right now. But anyway, I wanted to share this. I had not spoken about my cayenne pepper plant that I overwintered. Now, I know there are specific things that one should do when you're overwintering a pepper plant. I am the most unscientific gardener there is because I have not studied the science, guys. I only know what I know and I share it as I learn it. But I overwintered this pepper plant and I didn't prune it back heavily. I just took off the leaves that looked like it was dying. So I barely watered this plant all winter. It's sitting in my kitchen and in front of lots of light. About a month or so ago, I noticed that flowers were coming up. This pepper plant has white flowers. And so I'm wondering, okay, this thing is going to put off flowers, but there's nothing to pollinate it. And of course, it seems like every season I'm learning over again. So things have to jog my memory. Okay, wait, this is actually self-pollinating. But I didn't know that in the beginning until last week or so. I'm walking by the plant and I'm like, these are peppers. Oh my goodness. Now remember, if you listen to Here Comes the Bloom, and I may have to do a Here Comes the Bloom too, you see the flowers at first, but they ultimately push through with fruit. And I have cayenne peppers in my kitchen, y'all, and I've done nothing but water this thing occasionally. So I'm pretty excited about that. And it just has me thinking, these plants want to grow. Some of you have told me that, oh no, I have a brown thumb. I don't have a green thumb. I literally dragged this pepper plant from off my back porch into my kitchen, sat it there in front of a window that I know got lots and lots of light. I sat it on top of a paper bag just because when I water it, I didn't want it to mess up the floor. Literally, every now and again, I'm putting like a little bit of water just near where the stem of the plant. There's actually 4 plants in this container. I put enough water just to saturate the roots. That's it. It is growing itself. I've done no pruning, like I said, just minimally taking off old dead leaves, and that's it. This thing is back. The reason I did this is because, first of all, I love my cayenne peppers. I already told y'all how I made some crushed red peppers last year, and they grow easily and they grow prolifically. I don't know if prolifically is a word, but they're prolific. We'll say that. So I love them. They add flavor to your food, and I'm a spicy type of an eater, so I just love it. I don't have to buy it. It's already here. But pepper seeds can take a long time to grow and get going. The very first season that I grew red peppers, actually, I started from a starter plant. That was the very first thing that I bought. And last year was the first time that I tried pepper seeds. I tried cayenne peppers and I tried jalapenos. I did not like the jalapenos. It just did not taste good to me. So I'm working on the quality of the taste of the things that I'm growing. But these cayenne peppers were a hit. So I'm all in. I didn't want to wait for the cycle to come around again, plant the seeds, wait to get the plant. I didn't want to do that whole thing when I could just get a harvest without having to go through that waiting process. So just wanted to give you that tip. If you've grown pepper plants or you like pepper plants, you can actually bring these things in for the winter. Just as we're going into this season, keep that in mind. You don't have to do away with what you've already grown necessarily if it's the type of plant that will come back. Now, I don't think this will come back every single year. I think it only has a couple years lifespan to it, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to keep trying. All right, so I took a look and I'm growing Russian red kale. I know, not a popular name right now. We'll just call it kale for now, guys. It's kale with like a purplish, burgundy-ish hue to it. It's really good. Also, I'm growing broccoli. So until next time, I want you to be intentional about those areas in your life where you are going to make room to grow.